before you know it, he'll be whatever he wants. And when she found out he bought that trailer over there, oh God, I mean, you just seen it. I mean, she was so pissed. And then of course they're fighting all the time over it. And and I'm talking to her saying, look, I'm gonna come and help you, man. I'll come down there. I brought him washer, dryer, stove, refrigerator. I mean, I put it in your toilet, sink. I was doing everything I could do, and Timmy was helping, and everybody. But Amber just didn't, I just seen something in her that at that time. I knew this, once again, train wreck. She just didn't give a shit. She wasn't going to touch nothing. She hated it, and she didn't want to be there.
But the place was in rough shape.
It was real bad, man, real bad. I stayed there for a week. And I think the day I left, I got it to where, they could at least use the bathroom and stuff. But it wouldn't take much. I own a little construction company. It can be done.
Yeah.
And I had faith in Tim, and he really wanted it. And but Timmy, once again, he set that goal thing they're talking about. He gets a little too high, and he's like, look, you gotta, you chop the tree down here. You just don't chop the whole, you gotta do a little time. And Amber didn't want it, and Timmy loved it, and it was like, almost like watching Green Acres.
When you and Julie went to their new home and did things around the house to help.
Oh, not just around, outside too. Man, a week of hard. I felt like I was at boot camp.
When you
Cleaned it
left to come home to Mississippi,
Mhm.
and when you came back to visit again.
Well, when after we're finishing up, I say, well, all right, and it was a weirdest little thing because it was just something, it was simple, man. There was some garbage over here, and I'd swept it up, put into the corner because I couldn't find a dustpan. And I told Amber, I was like, look, as we're leaving, I was like, because she's like, you don't have to do that, I'll do it. I was like, yeah, right. And I sweep it into the corner, and I was like, we'll be back in about 2 weeks, because I still got my other job, my company to run. And, we'll do more, we'll start working on the outside because there's like trees everywhere. And it was real bad because there was a lot of glass and stuff, so I was scared for the kids. So we cleaned out a good section, fenced it off a little bit. And that little pile of dirt and the countertops, because I put in a new stove, stove. And the countertops, of course, you ever take out a stove, you notice I got all that grease right there, and it's just, gunked up. And I tell Amber, I was like, make sure you clean this up, And she's like, I will. And we're back a couple weeks. I come back in 2 weeks, and that shit is still there. And that damn little pile of dirt that I swept in that corner is still there. And so, at that point I knew that, that's when me and Julie started talking, what are we going to do, this is ugly. And it's, she's doing nothing. Now, Tim can't work at a new damn job straight out of college because he's going to have to bust his ass, to make sure he's trying to make a name for himself and come home and do this too. She don't give a shit. I'm telling you, and I told my wife, I was like, she gave up a long time ago, man. When she was at home, and she knew she was getting that trailer. She was one pissed woman. There's nothing worse than a scorned woman.
But you weren't happy with it as a place for your grandbaby.
I wasn't happy for either, none of them. But you know what? It could be temporary. And the beautiful part, Timmy had a good, little plan. He's like, he's paying cash for everything. So, he'll maybe $4 or $5 grand he'd pay, to pay it off. And I was like, and it was like, well, that's a good plan because now you can just dump, money after money into it. You put $5, $6 grand in anything, you can make it look better.
Yeah. Not long after that, their marriage falls apart, right?
Yes.
And was Timmy devastated by that?
He acted like he wasn't, And it's once again, here comes, and again, we see it, it's coming, there's a big shit sandwich coming our way, and, these babies are going to be in the middle of it. And so it happens, and Tim says, she's having an affair. And I sort of make a joke, like, how the hell is she having an affair? There ain't nobody out there, And it really wasn't. It was like this house and this house next to him. And he's like, with the neighbor. I'm thinking, well, ain't he a little old? And he's like, no, with the neighbor's son. I was like, you talking about the teenage boy? He said, yeah. He's like, look, son, let her take the kids, pay your child support, be the hero every 2 weeks. That's the best advice I can give you, because that's a lot of children, and once again, of course, I hate to say, but I'm like, I told you so, damn it. You can't have so many kids until, especially with their relationship, man. Hell, they met a week later, got married. That just don't last anyway. You don't know nobody. But after all the years that Amber had stayed, and, and it seemed like she wanted to be that way, I mean, she just 360, and she did not want, I mean, she wanted to be able to wear jeans and, show some cleavage. I mean, that's just kind of, I mean, I talked to her, I love her, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to bash her, no form, way, or fashion. I'm just saying that they sort of bullshitted each other, you know what I mean? They shouldn't have been together. And so now the kids are the one torn in the middle. And Timmy is absolutely apeshit for his kids. And this is, I mean, you can come by my house, I'll show you 50 people who'll tell you the exact same thing, and they're all freaked out by it, and they said, I just can't believe it. Because, he says, I want to take my kids. And I'm like, well, man, get ready. He's like, what do you mean? I was like, I hope you got a lot of damn money, because, man, you can't take a kid from his mom. I was like, dude, that's like impossible, And, man, it was just like no time. All of a sudden, he's got custody of all three, all three kids. He didn't take them. She's going to give them to him or some shit. It was like, what? I don't think she even filed yet. I mean, she literally said you can take them. And so now I'm like, oh, I was like, well, what are you going to do? Well, he takes his brother with him, and they go get the kids and bring them back, I mean, you could knock me over with a feather, because I just don't know no one. I've never met any woman that I've known in my life, other than my grandmother, that didn't fight for her kids.
Did you keep in touch with Amber after they separated?
Well, I didn't really keep in touch with her. She, after, Timmy got the kids, well, I guess she changed her mind for some reason or another. Or, I don't know, maybe it was about 4. Because we went and got Gabriel after that. We'll start from there. That way it'll be a little easier. We went, so Timmy got the 3, right? And I'm like, okay, He's like, I got to go get Gabriel. I was like, Tim, man, that was the diapers, man. I mean, we're just now getting through that, And,
Let me just ask you, is this the summer of 2012?
this is the summer they split up, so whenever that was.
Right.
I mean, I really didn't keep up with the years, then, because I was just having too much fun with my kids and shit.
But Mira, Eli, and Natan come to
Yes, they're all 3 with me.
in Mississippi.
Yeah, and Timmy too, of course. Timmy's there.
With Julie.
With Julie and our children, yes.
And the plan is for them to stay there for the summer with you?
Well, whatever. I'm trying to get Timmy. I was like, well, you might as well, quit your job. I own a house next door. I was like, you can move over there because, shit, man, you're gonna need some help. 3 kids is a lot.
But he's still working in South Carolina.
Right.
And during that time, Gabe is in South Carolina.
Yes.
And how did Gabe wind up coming to Mississippi also for that?
Well, I literally argued with Timmy for a day or two, because he's like, I'm going to get Gabriel. And don't get me wrong, I'm not pissed, and I'm not trying not to hurt the baby. It was like, sure, the God, she can take care of one damn baby, right? I mean, and man, well, why would you take all the responsibility away, son? And not to mention, you're going to be working. We got to watch all these babies. Not that we care, but what the hell are you going to do? Let the mom have the baby because he's young. He really needs to be with his mother. And he's fought me and said, no, I'm going. You can go or not go. So, all right. So we go. I want to say it was a Sunday or Monday. Whenever we get there, me, our son Chad, and Timmy, and we pull up to the trailer, and it's just a wreck. Now what the little bit we had fixed, I don't know how in the hell they did what they did. It was like looked like a damn bomb went off. So I was like, she's living here, and he's like, yeah. Well, we go in there. And sure enough, you gotta walk through a little opening here, and as soon as you like turn the corner, you can't get in for the clothes and the garbage and the shit. And then there's a playpen sitting right there, and she's sitting on a couch with a beer in her hand. And I look over there and just sort of shake my head, and I walk over to the fridge. The first thing I do, and I do it with all my kids. They get pissed at me, but I'll make sure they got food. And I open the door, and there's beer sitting there. So I look over, and she's like, oh, it's Tim's fault. He don't buy no food, blah, 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 blah. And now these guys have been separated for a while. So, I just like, look, whatever, Amber, just, And I go over and I pick up Gabriel. And again, I hate this sounds, and I'm not making it up. I picked that baby up, and I swear it was like I dunked him in water and pulled him up in the air. That's how much piss rolled off him. And I looked at her and, and I was like, you change this fucking baby right now and I'm out of here, and I go out, cause like, I couldn't believe it, Timmy's still in love with her, so he's but he wants to show that he can be whatever the hell I guess she's wanting him to be or something. I don't know what they were trying to do, but yeah, I mean, he still loved her. And so I get on the phone right away, of course. I'm talking to my wife. It's like, man, I can't fucking believe this out here. I mean, this is just ridiculous. I mean,
Salty language, slow it down. You're too salty.
sorry. So I tell her, I can't believe what's going on here. I mean, I've never seen a place this dirty. You wouldn't recognize it. And about that time, this little boy comes walking out of the house.
What do you mean, this little boy?
The neighbor boy. I don't know his name.
Is this? Are you?
That's the one she's having an affair with because I asked him. I was like, who are you? He's like, he's in his sock feet, and he wasn't in the area we walked in, of course. I walked into the kitchen area, and here's the living room, and he wasn't in there, so he had to be in the bedroom or the bathroom or something. And he comes out, I asked, who are you, a little harder? And he walks up, he's like, I'm the neighbor. I was like, you don't boys, screwing around with my daughter-in-law? And he's like, yes, sir. And I asked him even how long. He's like, 6 months. This is affecting Timmy, man. I'm telling you, he went nuts.
All right, you don't, hey.
Oh.
Deal with the lawyer.
Oh,
You
sorry.
answer questions, okay? This is, you answer questions or ask you. Let's read back to the subject matter hand, please.
Rather than going into what people are saying, okay, what I want you to tell the jury is, was there a confrontation between Timmy and this guy that Amber was having or was together with at that point?
No, that's why I said,
And why was that? Why did that surprise you?
I think it would surprise anyone, wouldn't it? You walked in and caught your wife with another guy.
Okay. And then, so did you bring Gabe back to?
We did.
And that was to be with his siblings with Summer.
Yes.
Or I guess at that point it was.
It was to be with us because that baby was in trouble.
And shortly after you got back to Mississippi with Gabe, did Amber come to see you in Mississippi?
She did.
And again,
She decided
not going into what people say, but it's
she was trying to take it.
testified to.
If the defendant's not there, what's the relevance?
It's an event that's been testified to already.
All right, hang on, Solicitor. We've been going about an hour and 10 minutes.